obsessing over you. I'm obsessing over you. Life is better when you're around. Memories fade much slower when you're here with me to make up. Feel like you're here with me when I wear your shirt. I'm a mess all day until you're home from work. Always worried you might wanna call it quits. Always stressing over stupid little shit. I'm obsessing over you. You and me drinking lemon drops, baby, it gets so lonely. Stuck at home down the vodka shots. You make me wanna keep my phone on D&D. Never wanna pick it up when you're here with me. Keep it on a charger though, cause I know when you leave.
Directionally oriented carbon fibers is the magic word for the new Spleene Carbon Pro Door in 159x45. The fibers are laid side by side and not woven together. This results in greater efficiency and a lighter weight. The new Spleene Carbon Pro Door is a completely reimagined board in terms of shape design. So it's not just the technology that now allows you to orient the fibers precisely in the direction where tensile strength is needed, where flex is needed, where stiffness is needed. This has now been individually addressed, and not as is usually the case, with fully processed, continuous woven or laid laminates. We have a slightly stronger rocker line than in the previous models. Combined with the flex tuning, this results in an incredibly early planing ability. And what is really special here is the board's acceleration potential. So the moment it gets going, it really takes off, and you very quickly reach a truly high top speed. Up until now, many have found it difficult to seriously discuss performance with light wind boards, but in this case, you can truly talk about a high-performance fast board. However, all of this has to be achieved through the extension of the front leg, specifically due to the flex. That can be physically a bit demanding. So if you really want to go fast with this board and fully tap into its performance, you need to keep a slight bend in your back leg overall, while the front leg is kept more extended. The Carbon Pro Door has excellent upwind performance. This is, of course, due to the well-known shape of the board with its slightly concave outline in the middle section and very efficient fins. There are 5 cm fins in the middle and 4 cm fins on the outside. These provide the board with additional tracking, and even if you don't yet really have a great feel for the board yourself, it is also easiest to go upwind with the Duo in particular, even in the Carbon Pro version. Even on this course, the board always maintains a very high speed. The excellent tracking of the hull, in combination with the fins and the outline, naturally comes with a small price. To switch the board, you need to put in a bit more effort than in the middle range to turn the board beneath you to turn it to change direction. The more skilled rider will tend to choose a small ollie here, meaning a slight unloading of the board in order to lift the fins out of the water so you don't have to overcome them as resistance. However, thanks to the excellent acceleration, you don't notice any loss of speed here when you switched your board. As previously mentioned, the Carbon Pro Door has a flex that feels quite soft, particularly in the middle section. If you know how to use this, by controlling the front and back foot, you can carve medium to wide turns with a very nice edge hold. And we didn't experience any loss of speed at the exit of the turn, as long as you don't push it too aggressively over the back foot. This is a bit more for advanced riders, those who already have some feel for the board. But the performance here is really excellent as well. It's definitely fascinating to see how smoothly the Spleene Carbon Pro Door rides. There's truly outstanding damping in the core, and this combination of soft flex and the very high rebound capability of the carbon fiber results in an almost buttery smooth ride. So, in addition to the truly outstanding performance in terms of upwind speed and so on, this level of smoothness is actually almost unexpected compared to what you're usually used to. So they've really achieved a wonderful compromise in this area. And when it comes to board control as well, the Carbon Pro Door is truly excellent. Because a board in these dimensions, in this size, is for lighter riders not easy to control. But because it really weighs very, very little, in fact it's pretty much the lightest board of this size that we've had under our feet, also the design of the hull, the arrangement of the fins, it all fits together wonderfully, and the board does what you want it to do with precision. And if you look very closely, you also have to say that when you want to move the board from edge to edge, so rail to rail in quick succession, then of course we have a somewhat flat rocker. And there you notice that it resists a bit, it becomes a bit sportier. In order to achieve the very good takeoff characteristics for a light windboard when jumping hooked in, you have to differentiate a bit here according to different body weights. For riders from 80 kilo and up, there's really no upper limit. The edge can be used very effectively along the entire length very well. You have a board that releases from the water surface very easily. Thanks to the rebound ability of the efficient carbon fiber, this is combined with a lot of pop and really a very nice takeoff. If you weigh up to 70 or 75 kilogram or are lighter, then you have to jump off a bit more from the tail, meaning you need to generate more pressure through the fin. Because the board is a bit softer in the middle section in terms of flex, this works very well accordingly. But you really have to make sure to optimally adjust your riding technique in order to get the maximum performance out of the board. Compared to other light wind boards, even high quality carbon fiber boards, the performance is very good. What is especially noticeable after takeoff is that you have a truly fantastically light board with superb control in the air. Thanks to the innovative hull design and the exceptionally comfortable flex, landings are incredibly soft. You don't have to worry at all about smooth control when landing on the water's surface. The Spleene Pro Carbon Door impresses with exceptionally high riding performance in terms of acceleration, speed, and the typically very good upwind traits. The compromise between performance and comfort is truly perfect here, thanks to the flex tuning. We also couldn't really find any limitations at all regarding riding experience. If anything, the only limitation is the size of your wallet. This exceptionally well-crafted, outstanding board costs €1,439. But if you want a truly phenomenally light board that also offers good durability, you naturally have to invest in more advanced technology. Unfortunately, that costs a bit more money. Let's take another look at the rider's weight once again. This board is designed for lighter riders, It's a board that gets going incredibly early, so you really don't need to worry about getting a monster door or anything like that. You definitely don't need that. Here you're really starting well below 10 knots, of course with suitable kites. It starts at that point. That is always a basic requirement. But in terms of riding technique, you do need to work a bit more with your back foot. From 80 kilos and up, with no upper limit, the whole setup is just absolutely perfectly tuned, and it's simply a real joy all around.